Hey, how's it going, everybody? Dr. Goat here once again, and today we are going to get our 3D printed little buggy up and running, moving under its own power. Let's get this done. All right, guys, so first thing, right here, drive shafts from Mr. Yep, 24 Yep. These are the, oh my goodness, what do they call these? C-bolt, that's right. Front is C10 length, rear is deadbolt. Because that's essentially what we've got going on here. At least as far as my measurements go. But, yeah, a little shout out. These are some sweet stickers. Never seen these stickers from him before, but dope. Dope. I do have a package of these, which I've only used the little yellow guy. Oh, which actually, sneak in there, you can see it. But always good to have these. Super cool. So yeah, literally what the goal of this video was, if you didn't see the last video, I've already got a big part of it done. We need to put drive shafts on. Obviously, I need to get my wheels and tires back off of there to put on here. And basically the only other thing, let me pop that off, is I want to clean up my wiring just a little bit, which is probably literally going to be wrapping them up in some sort of way and zip tying them to the rail. But let me go over what I did since the last video. As you can see here, I put the magnets on the mounts here. And yes, that's extremely ugly. You can see that ain't lined up perfectly, but it works for now. Again, this, as you can tell by the magnets, it is not lined up 100%. But basically, I did the front magnets first. Did those on their own just because I knew that was going to be as simple as getting them stuck to the front here. And then the back, piece of styrene. I made sure it was, I cut a piece wide enough to get 2 magnets on there. I kind of cut it to fit that curve. Glued it, and good Lord, I wish I had it out here to show you, but Bob Smith Industries Instaset, that spray, oh my goodness. You can hear my dog ripping apart her new toy that I literally just got her 10 minutes ago. Yep. But yeah, the Instaset, I use my CA glue and put a line of it. I was holding it, put a line, spray some Instaset, and within 10 seconds, literally, solid. So I did that. I ended up cutting this a couple times just to get it to fit in a good spot where it wasn't hitting the ESC. And then what I did, used a lighter, heated all this up, and literally set it so these front magnets clicked on, and I pushed the body down to be a little past the angle of where I was going to want it to sit in the end. And that, as you can see, made that nice little indent. These magnets are on there wonky just because I didn't do that perfectly. But yeah, so then after that, glue, little extra glue, Instaset, good to go. And then literally the only other things was a couple little bits of trimming, which this I trimmed out quite a bit. I shouldn't say quite a bit, but a decent little bit of that wheel well, just to make sure our wheels could actually turn a good majority of the way anyways. And then Literally took a pen with the body mounted, traced on the body along this the skid here. Skid. Why am I little side trays? Good luck. I can never, when I go to record, I can never think of names for these things. But yeah, took a pen, marked on the body where I wanted to cut, and just took my Dremel and cut along it. So that way the body's not getting in the way when we're climbing. But anyways, enough talking here. I'm gonna get these drive shafts out, get them on. We'll get our wheels on. I will probably put a zip tie holding the wires off to the side there, and we'll try this sucker out. Oh, hey, real quick, one other thing I forgot to mention was I did use my Dremel and kind of trim along the edges of both of these a little bit, as well as, well, I guess it don't really matter on this. So it was mainly on those, just so that the body would fit over it properly. But yeah, all right. Lou, what did you do? Poor Patrick. Oh no. Anyways, guys, here we are. Wiring, literally just 2 zip ties. All this stuff over here, put a zip tie around there, and just this cable for the battery, zip tie right here. I don't know what to do about that besides just kind of leaving it, but that's situated. As you see, wheels and tires are on, drive shafts are on. We should be ready to roll, right? Before I set the body on, I'm going to grab my remote here. Make sure I get set on 3D Bug. Okay. Steering. Moment of truth. Oh. Am I hitting that link? I might be hitting a link here. I am. I think I got room to move the motor over. That's good to see right now. Yeah, I'd probably be hitting that one too. I should be able to move that over one position, I think. And that'll get us away from that. But first thing I'm going to do is... Oh. Oops. Stop it. Okay. Yep. All right, I'm going to move the motor over, put the body on it, and hopefully we're good to try it out on the Mammoth S. Okay, so move the motor over. We're no longer hitting on the links. Here she is in all of her glory. I do think it looks pretty freaking good, but I've done a little back and forth on the table, but nothing as far as actual crawling, so. Let me scooch up here. I also need to get this on the scales after this, but let's see how it handles this. Nice. Let's see if it'll fall on its face right here. Sure will. I mean, I probably shouldn't be going for that, but let me see if it'll climb that little bit steeper spot here. I'm just unsure with it because it's so light. At least it feels so light to me. Still a little tippy there, a little tippy. Okay. Okay. Oh, we did see, obviously, it'll do that. Well, sometimes. Or in certain positions. I am really glad I trimmed what I did on the body because the steering angle is much, much, much better than it would have been. And I think we're a lot better off on as far as the bottom of the body. Let's set this up a little different. Whoops. Kind of going uphill here. I've set it up like this quite a few different times for other vehicles, and it can be a challenging one depending on which line you take. And that little spot right here loves to catch the trucks. She wants to tip, but I want her to set that front down. See, this is one of the spots that clearly can be a little hassle. Yeah, I am really curious on the weight bias because that'll play a big part in this. Oops. Because we're going to tip there. Yeah. I'm sorry. My camera work is horrible right now. Just sitting back here. Yeah, we are awfully top heavy. Quite top heavy. I think we need more weight up front, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. Yep. She likes to roll. This is definitely going to be one that I'm going to have to figure out what I can do to, improve things. And like I say, probably needing more weight up front. Because, yeah, this steeper area here. Again, I have troubles often with this, but I don't know. I don't know. One thing I do know is that this thing looks pretty cool. But I will say, I was completely unsure with the 3D printed links, 3D printed axle housings, 3D printed wheels. Like, I really have no, I really have like no weight down low. Look at, see, the body definitely would have been really hitting there if I wouldn't have trimmed it up like I did. But yeah, I think I need to get some weight down low. Down low and up front. Anyways, let's grab the scales. Let's check out her weights. And we'll wrap her up. All right. Just had it on the scales. 347 grams total. This is with the battery in. And 55% front bias. So, I am still not an expert with this, but what I would like to do is get more weight to the front of the vehicle and I guess kind of see how that goes. And then maybe also some weight down low, just because, like I say, whole bunch of 3D printed parts down low. Then we got this big old 3D printed body, which, yeah, it's just heavy in comparison to like a Lexan body or whatever. But so I'm kind of thinking, I believe I can get, I have some Endura 1.3 wheels, which is what these wheels are, 1.3. I believe that the, whatever you want to call the inner rings there, I believe those will fit, which those Enduras that I have are not brass, they're aluminum, but still, that's a little extra weight there. Maybe I'll put those in, try it out, you know, check the weight, see where we're at, try it out a little bit. Then if I really wanted to, since I have kind of figured out how to make links, I could always make some brass links, at least for the lowers on the front. And maybe if I really wanted some more weight down low overall, do the same for the rear lowers. I don't know, just some thoughts. You guys let me know. No, I'm just kidding. We're not actually going to do that, but yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your suggestions on what you think would help with weight bias and just getting some weight down low on this thing. And as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.